Steven Cureño right here with Adam Smith. Let's get into it, man. The weigh-in, 283. What do you think about that?
I mean, there's some whopping weights that just happened, weren't there? You know, Dillian White and Andy Ruiz, of course. I mean, Andy is he's a big natural guy anyway. He's weighed as high as 21 stone before, but it's a huge weight. You know, he was 19.2 in the Garden. To go up to 20 stone 3 is a big shock. I thought he would come in heavy because what he said in the week, he's basically not worried about the weight. He's, you know, people were saying he's going to come in lighter. There was you know, pictures around the world of him looking potentially lighter 4 or 5 weeks ago. I saw him in the flesh in LA about a month ago, and you know, I knew he was going to come in heavy. I didn't think he'd be this heavy, so it's a big gamble. He's obviously going to go in and try and take him out early, try and apply the pressure, the body shots and the heat on Joshua, who of course is giving away a lot of weight. Joshua looks terrific. I like the fact he's coming under 17 stone, but you know, it's 3 stone difference between them. It was 1.5 in the Garden, and look what happened. So Joshua's going to have to stick to his discipline, to his game plan. He'll be buoyed by the fact that Ruiz might be certainly slower of foot, if not slower of hand. But you know, it's obvious that Ruiz is going to go for it in the first half of the fight.
Is it? I mean, because I feel most people would see that and be like, oh, you know, maybe Ruiz. Obviously he trained, but you know, I guess maybe putting him at a disadvantage, but he's kind of an anomaly anyway, right? I mean, he doesn't look like your typical heavyweight or anything. It could just be that just works for him.
Yeah, I think, you know, he's had a 12-week training camp, and you know, he's admitted to me he partied for a while. He went and bought the house and the watches and all that sort of stuff. But he is a dedicated guy. He has trained. He has been sparring with all sorts of different people. I didn't see him train in LA, and maybe there was a few glitches during some of the weeks. But he's trained hard for this fight, and he has to. And he doesn't want to lose these titles. Everything I've heard from Andy Ruiz this week is the fact that he's so proud of being a world heavyweight champion. He's got a lot of people with him. You don't bring a lot of people if you just come to lie down and take the money. He's going to give it absolutely everything in there, and that's why maybe he's come in heavy, because he realizes his best chance is to try and take out Anthony Joshua within the first 6, 7, 8 rounds.
What question is each guy trying to answer of themselves in the fight when the fight starts?
That's a good question. I think Andy's going to be answering himself, can he do it all over again? You know, was it? Everyone's saying it's a fluke. Everyone's underestimating me again. I'm the underdog again. Why am I the underdog when I've just gone in and won the fight? You know, he's going to be asking in that question, is he as good as he thinks he is? Joshua's going to be asking the same thing. You know, was that a blip, or maybe I'm not quite, you know, what everyone says I was? You know, so there are a lot of mental things going through their minds. They've got to wipe that clean. For Ruiz, it's round 8. For Joshua, it's round 1.
Man, I gotta say, man, your voice hypes me up even more. I thought it couldn't get more hype, but you're hyping me up talking about it. Lastly, prediction of the fight. How do you see it playing out?
Well, I'm calling the fight, so I won't give a prediction, but I will say that it is absolutely split amongst my team and about the people I've talked to here. You know, no one can quite nail what they think is going to happen. There are people that are leaning towards Ruiz because he's done it once before, and the immediate rematch normally favours the winner the first time. There are people leaning towards Joshua, thinking it was an aberration, thinking he had bad preparation, something went wrong, you know, he underperformed obviously, and that he'll get it right this time. So that's split, but what people can't predict is what will happen, what round, whether it will be distance, or I don't think it will go the distance. I can't see that, but you know, you never know in boxing. Sometimes you predict a knockout in 3-4 rounds, and you know, it's a 12-round affair because neither wants to give too much away. You know, it could be pretty cagey early. I don't think so. I think they've got the styles that will mesh. I think it will be dramatic. Both of them might have to taste the canvas as well at some point tomorrow night, but it'll be amazing to see who comes out and wins. And if Joshua wins in a classic, they'll do a third one. There'll be a rubber match, a trilogy. And if Ruiz wins, wow, he'll be back to Mexico. He's got the big fights with Wilder and Fury next week, and obviously for Joshua, he'll have to rebuild. So there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on both of them, but I'd say more on Joshua.
Can't wait, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No problem at all.
Yeah.